Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you all, and really excited to bring a little bit more content and definitely trying to do a bit more gameplay because I've gotten a little bit more time to do it. So, haven't put a Davriel video on the channel. I've been a very big Garrick enthusiast, as some of you might know who've seen me on the ladder. But I'm going to put up two different Davriel versions. Today we're going to look at Aggro. And then I'm hoping to maybe record, probably not tomorrow, but Sunday or Monday or like earlier on next week, get a mid-range version out to y'all because I've been kind of tweaking it and working on it. But I figured we would start with what I think is the shell for where Davriel should be for aggro. And I do think that he definitely was nerfed when, Night's Whisper was made a 2-drop instead of a 1-drop. That is, I think, a straight nerf to his general kit. But I still feel like the deck is good. It's a little less consistent, but I think is, worth giving giving some time to. And I've really come up on Unstable Mutagens as an enabler for the deck. Being at 2 mana and just you're throwing out your little dorky 1-drops and stuff like that. And I found it to be pretty serviceable. And so this is kind of the build that I've ended up at. I talked about it in my tier list video, that having things like Invisibility Cloak and Heat Shimmer is just a really, really powerful combo for specifically on Death Shadow, right? And usually means that you're going to win the game. And I've still tweaking some of these things. I'm not sure Shell Game is the best, but it's just like it's 3 mana for kind of unconditional removal. It feels a little awkward to play like one Silent Prowler, but you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1-drops and pain casting, and I've been relatively happy with that number. And we've got a suite of 2-drops, and then I think some of the auto includes, which I talked about, were Anticipate, especially for aggro, Scathing Glare, Takedown, Divination, Unstable Mutagen, and same with Lightning Helix, which is very efficient. And although I was skeptical at first, I think Kothafed is a way to make sure that you have another Heat Shimmer target, and you have another way to close out the game as the game goes on, if you need that. And then of course you've got Death Shadow. And then Invoke the Dawn can really push some of your more aggressive lines of play. And the reason I love Mutagen is because you're running this land, Westvale Abbey, where you'll start getting these 2/2s later on, and giving them any sort of stats or keywords can be really, really good. It's not Reach and Trample are the 2 worst ones, but giving it haste, flying, different stats, armor, relentless, all that kind of stuff is really, really impactful. So I think we're just going to boot up some games, see how it goes. And I'd love to hear about how your Davriel deck building is going. I definitely have a lot of fun with the Planeswalker. I don't think it's as consistent and does struggle a bit with the Garrick matchup, as I say it. Let's see what we can do. I beat Garrick earlier today when I was playing this, so it is certainly possible. Okay, so we've got 1-drop, 2-drop. Throw back the Heat Shimmer. We'll see what Mutagens can do for us here. So I'm gonna lead with Prowler because I am gonna play Mutagen next turn, and I would rather Consultant maybe get the buff coming down. This looks like a similar version to what I've been running with the Markov's Chosen. I really do like that as a one-over. I've also been thinking about trying to run 2 of it because it does quite a bit of work in Garrick. Because you can instantly make it basically 3/1, and then it grows and it just does become a bit of a... Interesting that they played this pre-combat. Well, I don't want Mr. Bear to grow, but I can't really afford for this thing to get bigger. So, and also that creature is pretty useless, so I am going to just give that to them. So let's slam our Fiend first, see if we hit an upgrade. Did. And let's play Consultant, which got haste. A little unlucky. I could trade it in here. It's not the end of the world, but I think I'd rather not. If they just have creatures in their hand, it's just a pretty bad attack. This is a reasonable attack. They probably won't. I imagine they'd want to keep this. Yeah, okay. Here I'm kind of interested to see if we can hit maybe Takedown off of Night's Whisper or something like that. I would like to deploy more threats, but I kind of want to see what we can hit. And thin our deck, which I think is really good. Okay, well those are good ones to be playing. Making this 4 power is actually super impactful. Question is, would I do that and play Merchant, or do I want a Scathing Glare? I think this is fine. Okay, Ward, not terribly impactful, but we'll give this a buff and whatever else is on top. Chip in here for some damage. Our Scathing Glare will be good if our creatures can kind of survive here. Tracker. Yeah, that's a good play. Bear's going to get bigger, unfortunately. And I will just block here. Definitely want to stop them from drawing more cards. And we're going to take the 3 here. Yeah, just a really good start from our opponent. Okay, hitting Death Shadow is not bad. That's something we can enable pretty easily here. So, I think here let's go Divination first. And then we can play both Priest and Consultant. Okay, Cloak's not bad. Okay, that had his haste. Not really what we're looking for. Oh, we just got haste on both, huh? Yeah, that's not what we want to be doing. Yeah, Scathing Glare would have been nice to be able to have better attacks. I mean, I could just full send here, but then they get like favorable blocks on everything. Could just send with this to get the life, but yeah, just we don't really have a great attack here. I think we're going to try and weather this attack phase and then play Death Shadow next turn. Not much we could do about the bear. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Kind of have to just make the most favorable blocks I can. Get our cheap Death Shadow, which is good. Okay. Well, we've got things we can do. So we can hit them for 15 next turn. Let's... got reach, unfortunately. Trample. The worst upgrades. Yeah, I think I have to Invisibility Cloak, because if this dies, we're just like we have no way to win the game. So this is a bit of a tough one. Okay, well, I think I just gotta take the trades here. Yep, Goo is a good one. Play Koth. 5. Yeah, I mean, if they have a removal spell, we're just dead. Yeah, I think we have to play Koth, so then we just want to think about what do we want Koth to be. A 12-12? We go to 4. Means they just have to have a removal for 1. I don't think there's anything we could draw that helps us win. And making more mana doesn't do anything, so... Just gotta have our opponent not have it. That's all we can do. Oh, I should... That was a misplay. I should have played this pre-combat to see if I got haste. That was just a huge misplay. Oh, no. Huh, okay. Maybe we're not dead. Wait. What? Okay. I don't think we should have... Let's just call it a weird game. Oh, jeez. Alright. Well, still learning, clearly, how to play this deck properly. Yikes. But yeah, so, I mean, I think the most important things to take away from playing Davriel is, like, Death Shadow being in your hand, best thing you can be doing, right? He's the best enabler to really leverage what Shadow is doing. So I think that's his strong suit. Okay. Rematch against Emo Pizza. See if we can play it better. Okay, we got the mutagen, we've got Death Shadow. Which I do love. Yeah, I'm going to stick to my guns here. Oh, nice. We got Pink Cast Demon. That's awesome. Death Shadow can be awkward in your opening hand, but like I said, it's just really easy to enable it with this deck. So I think you don't... and it can be one of your best, if not your best, win condition. Okay, this is fine. Get our attack here. They're not going to block. Then next turn they can crack back. And I think I don't think we're going to block. It'll get bigger, but we have Consultant to block it anyway. Yeah. And not going to block now that you played Bear as well, because Bear... Good old scary berry, if you will. Ooh, this is... Okay. This is nice. Nice. We got a buff there. And a buff there. And Scathing Glare. Alright. That's fair. That was a pretty nasty draw. So... Alright, I might give it a second so we don't just instantly get paired into emo again. Some awkward games. So yeah, we can talk about the deck for a second. So I feel like some of the trouble with the deck, right, is like you can just draw weird ends of it. I think Night's Whisper helps you a bit. It can help you dig, thin your deck to hit your Death Shadows. It can help you get your Heat Shimmer Cloak combo. Help you get some card draw or get your Unstable Mutagen going. And I think most games when you have Mutagen in your opening hand, it is just pretty powerful. I mean, it's possible that we should be running another 1-drop, maybe over, like, Merchant, potentially. Like, Merchant I'm not terribly impressed with, but hard to tell. Okay. Nice. Got a different matchup. I have not played against Jace at all, so this should be a little bit of a fun one. And obviously we want to be pressuring early. This is good. I'm actually going to throw back the Merchant. I love our 1-2 drops that we've got here. See if we can hit a spell like Mutagen. That'd be kind of nice. And Anticipate is just such an all-star, being able to go through 3 cards and find something. Okay. I think we're probably just going to go 1, 2, 3. Most likely. I mean, I do want to dig for, like, Unstable Mutagen and things like that, but right now we could just use our mana efficiently. Okay, I wonder what this is. Disorient. Okay. That's fine. I can live with that. It's like a decent little early trap. Haven't really thought about that for Jace, just because you mostly see it in Teferi, but it's like a pretty reasonable card. I think we're just going to run out Scourge. Guess I'll attack with my Consultant. Why not? Be very threatening. We don't know their splash, but if I just want to run out the Scourge as well, because when they get to keep up Remand, I'd rather this be on the board. And Scourge honestly could do quite a bit of work. I think it was originally 2-drop in the original patch notes, and then they changed it. That's probably the right change, because a 3-mana 2/2 flyer is a lot worse than a 2-mana 1/2 flyer because of the effect. It comes down later, and even though it gets a power bump, and it's just not. You really want to think about how cheap the cards are. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Repulse is definitely a fine card there. So we could go double 2-drop here. That's probably just the play. Just go a little bit wide here. I mean, if they got Pyroclasm, sucks, but I'm not going to play around Splash I haven't seen. They're also drafting spells from Isochron, so there's only so much you can really play around when you don't have any information. Scathing Glare. Okay. Jeez, that's kind of annoying. Not a bad one to hit off of Isochron. Signature spell, okay. Alright, well. Guess we can just Night's Whisper first. Hit another Night's Whisper. Okay. I think I do want to get Famished Fiend down, so let's Anticipate instead here. Yep. Take our Death Shadow. Attack with our little plucky band of people. And what would I rather? Would I rather play Fiend, or would I rather Divination here and just try and get to our Death Shadow quicker? It sort of depends. I think I'm just going to get the Fiend on the board. It's not going to take much for them to stop this offense, but if they're just hitting, like, expensive spells, then I think we can still get some pressure in. Confirm it. Huh. Okay. So they're playing red. Good to know. So I'm sure we're going to see any combination of Blasphemous Act and Lava Waves. That's good for us to know. Tragic Trip. Well, let's definitely just see what we can hit here. Nice. Glare is what I was hoping to hit. Okay, we hit our Westvale Abbey as well. And how do we want to play the rest of this turn? So they're not going to be able to trade with anything but Merchant. Kind of just want a Divination here. Get a hit more gas. And I think I am going to replace this. Scathing Glare. Well, I got to do a lot there. Okay. That block, pretty sure we're going to see Blasphemous Act here. It's 13, and this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah. I'm sure this is all going to be gone. Or it's Pyroclasm, which definitely kills most of our board. Okay, looks like it's not Pyroclasm. Okay, that's good. I mean, just full send here. Is that all we got? Wow. Okay, we got really lucky. I figured we were going to get Sweeper, but the thing is, like, Control has a pretty hard time because we have so much card advantage. We had almost a full grip. We didn't hit Mutagen, which was unfortunate because that would have been even crazier. But, and that's, I will say the deck's just really fun to play. I'm going to try and get one more match because our earlier matches were a little kind of quick. Just want to see if we can get a different matchup. But yeah, Mutagen, super fun to play with. All the stuff where you get to ramp out your kind of Death Shadows, you know, the Invisibility Cloak, all that. It is really fun to play. It's just not maybe as consistent. I guess I'm just doing this to myself. Well, that's okay. I guess we're getting a little bit of a showcase on playing against Jace, playing against Garrick, and just get lucky like me, you know? That's all you gotta do. I love this. We've got our 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. We've got Takedown for maybe an early Crab. So I like this hand. Takedown's not great into this matchup, but I'm sure they're playing Crab. Like, we just didn't see it game 1. At worst, we can maybe kill one flyer or I don't know, something else that we see. See if they have the Disorient again. That would be kind of annoying, but nothing we can do about it. Familiar. Yep. That's fine. Still have a very valid attack here. Our Paincast Demon. Yeah, I'm just going to run out Dark Confidant. I think I'd rather just get that rolling over Merchant. Anticipate. Yep. Okay, no. Interesting. Alright. Down to attack first. See if we hit anything. So we know they're playing red. Okay. If they had Power Class, then they would have blocked here. So yeah, just gonna play out Scourge. Could have gone Merchant Death Consultant, but since I might be using a removal spell this turn, depending on what they play, get a little bit more value. It's also a flyer, so gets to chip in against them. Boy, if they hit Flame Shot off of the signature spell, that's going to be really bad news for us. This might get remanded, but okay, it didn't. So I'm just going to try and get as much value out of Davriel Scourge as I can here, because we know it's not getting countered. Goodness. Okay, get our Abbey very, very quickly. And I think we actually have to play a card here because we have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to mill a card off the top of my library, so. What do they have in hand is the question. If they've got Flame Shot, pretty devastating. Okay, Turn to Stone is definitely good. Not the end of the world, though, for us. Oh, we're going to mill a card here, unfortunately. Okay, as long as it's not Death Shadow. I'm okay with that. I'm going to use my Takedown now because we actually have a valid target. And then we're probably just going to be deploying threats, so... Yep. Can actually play our Death Shadow now. That's probably best if they have Blasphemous Act. Yeah. Yeah. I think they just didn't draw their what they needed, unfortunately. And I would be willing to bet that that's a pretty good matchup for Davriel. Again, just with how much card advantage we have for an aggro deck. It's like so insane. And that's just kind of fun. Just like draw a bunch of cards and do a bunch of stuff. So I think we're gonna keep it at that because I got other stuff I gotta get into tonight, but appreciate y'all checking out the video when you can. I'm definitely going to be making one with the mid-range version, and I'm interested to see if making him a little less kind of all in on the aggro strategy is potentially better, because I do think there are some good value cards that you can put in the deck, but I think this deck it's competitive, it's fun. Honestly, first and foremost, it's very, very fun to play. And it can be really, really powerful when you put more time into it. And I do want to give a shout out to Teleria from our clan and our team. He put a ton of time into this overall shell. I've tweaked maybe a couple things here and there, but you know, a lot of it was he was super into this deck, and definitely I understand got off it a bit after Night's Whisper got nerfed. But I do really, really recommend it. It's really fun. It's definitely competitive. If you're looking for like a little bit of spice in every game and really having a fun time kind of mathing things out and figuring things out, I think Davriel is actually a really, really great deck for that. So that's what I got for you today, folks. Thank you so much. And keep liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. And feel free to join our Discord. Be happy to have you. And other than that, take care of yourself and take it easy. Until next time.